What's up, graphic designers? In yesterday's class, we were reimagining the definitive ranking of bears, this visual from the Ringer website. And you know what? I'm curious. I'm going to go to the Ringer right now just because I'm curious. Oh, and here is another really cool example of blending modes, of real-world applications of Photoshop. There's a lot of fun stuff. You guys, the Forgotten Larry Bird Punch that almost changed everything. You guys, we did this kind of like graphic design technique not too long ago when we were doing the action shots with blending modes. This is super cool. I love Photoshop. I'm legit saying this right now for the first time. But we got to stay focused. We got to get back on track, and we're reimagining this other example of graphic design from the Ringer. And so we talked about how we're recreating the definitive ranking of a subject of your choice, and we're gonna take a look at a few examples from previous years, including this one that Sophia made last year. And so we've got a variety of Sophias, and one of the things I really appreciate is that similar to the original like inspiration, they're all sort of overlapping one another, and it looks kind of cool, right? So like Winnie the Pooh, of course, is obscured in the background, as we have a few other Sophias laid out in this way. And so she did a really good job. Thank you so much, Sophia. We're gonna actually, before we take a look at some of yours, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little brainstorming exercise based on submissions from previous years. So what are your ideas for the definitive ranking of birds? You're going to shout it out. And maybe you can get some inspiration from that website that we just saw like 30 seconds ago. Great ideas, guys. And so, yes, here we've got, of course, Larry Bird. We got Toucan Sam, Angry Birds, Daffy Duck, Big Bird. Well done. Let's take a look at the next one. What are your definitive your ideas for the definitive rankings of blondes? And to be clear, this was made by Lola, who was a blonde who graduated in 2025 from Lab. Here we got Paris Hilton, we've got Princess Peach, we've got Beyonce. Let's take a look at our next one. What are your ideas for the definitive ranking of yellow characters? Absolutely. We've got Pikachu, we've got Tweety Bird, and we've got Walter White in that like hazmat suit getup. Can't forget SpongeBob and Charlie Brown. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some inspiration from these, and you'll notice is like in what context would we ever associate Walter White with like Pikachu? You know what I mean? In what context really would we associate like the character from Tangled with Beyonce? Right? And so that's the fun of this project, is that we're making connections with different subjects that maybe you wouldn't initially think about. So here we got Jay. She did a great job, and I actually love the layout. She's got the definitive ranking of classic artists. I'm curious if we can dig a little bit deeper, because this is like visually a stunning piece. I'm curious if we can think about other classic artists that maybe don't fit the mold. The definitive ranking of queens. So here we got the Queen of England. We've got Queen Bee. We've got an actual bee. Well done. Oh, this looks much better. Well done. I like this. Definitive ranking of tigers. This looks awesome. You gotta have Tiger Wood. You gotta have Tony the Tiger. Oh, you guys, there's another one. There's a character. Shout it out when you know. There's a character that maybe raised my kids. It was a cartoon character. When you're feeling mad and you want to roar, take a deep breath and count to 4. It is Daniel Tiger. Maybe you want to include Daniel Tiger. This was a fun example. I think, was it Arib was working on this definitive ranking of chefs. This is a great start. Ernest, we're going to revisit some of the themes in this. The definitive ranking of heroes. All right. So I believe this is Obella. This is embarrassing. I probably never told you to put your names and the file names, but please do that. Also, you want the individuals overlapping, as Sophia did last year, and as the professional graphic designer did with this particular image. Sophia, you're going to want to apply that technique. Definitive ranking of Harrys. Well done. I know Harry Truman. I don't know who this. I know Harry Styles. I don't know these guys. Chewbacca. I love it. This is amusing. Well done. Thank you, Ehau. Desert theme. Definitive ranking of, how about characters from the desert? How about that? So you're going to revisit that in a little bit. Chomper family. So you're going to put definitive rankings of maybe other chompers. This looks good. I like this. Definitive ranking of U.S. back to tyrants. It's a little on the nose, Kevin, but I do appreciate the ideas behind your work. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot wait to see what you guys produce today. When you're done, if you are done, when you're done with this, we have a sort of mini project that we're going to sort of jump into. I found this today, The Last of Robin Hood. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna reimagine this movie poster using this template that I created for you. You're gonna apply the appropriate blending modes, layer masks, and subjects of your choice. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Good luck.